and welcome to another episode of Me. Now the project of the day will be putting together a raised bed. I'm going to use cedar fence planks, slightly modified. I think cedar will make a good choice because it naturally resists rot, insects, all sorts of problems. First step is to head down to the hardware store. I just finished putting this corner stake in the ground, and I know my thing is going to be about 16.5 inches, so I want this to be about that high. I'll just use that to support these boards right here. I'll just go ahead and screw them in. And whenever I do get this put together, I'm going to want a stake every so often, perhaps one about here. And same process all the way around the perimeter. So a couple things I've noticed. Some of these boards are just a little bit thinner than the rest, like that one down there. So I'm going to save that for the top course. It'll have the least amount of pressure to hold in. I'm going to knock this bevel end off with the circular saw. And I'm going to hold this plastic square up against, essentially line the zero up where I need it, of course with safety goggles. It works better if you plug it in. I want to try to get the corner post positioned at roughly the end of a board, so that way I'll have an easy time lining everything else up. And to make that happen, I've taken this guy and wobbled it out of where I thought it was going to go. I've got it set up right here. I guess there's only so much you can bang on the end of a stake before it starts giving up. Fortunately, that should be enough. So when you're laying your first course, it seems to make a lot of sense to drill one pilot hole and then drill one screw, and then go to the far end, one pilot hole, one screw, and then from there you can count on everything to stay put while you're drilling all the rest of your pilot holes at once. Well, now that I have my first course laid, I want to make the second course overlap on this one long run here in the middle. So that's going to take a bunch of extra poles. Now that I'm on the second course, I can start to make a little faster progress. So here's the bed partly finished. And perhaps you're wondering, what are we going to do about all these vegetables? Well, the short answer is we're going to have to pull them out. Alright, here we go. It's the entire bed has been surrounded in 3 layers of cedar planks. Each one of them is 5.5 inches tall. You can see where the stakes are that hold everything up. Now, there's a little something I want to show you, which is in this stake over here. It kind of went into the ground a little cockeyed, and as a result, as I was putting everything together, I needed to get some pretty interesting miters, or bevels, miters, yes, on everything. So what I said earlier about using the square to get perfection is, well, this is not rocket science. It's not fine furniture. It does not require perfection. Just, make a line, follow it. It's that easy. So, you want to say a few words?
I'm happy. I have a garden bed. It'll be awesome once it has dirt in it.
Thank you, thank you.
We've got some of the dirt in here, as you can see. If you come up close, you can see that the fig tree is putting out a leaf on one of its lower branches. That's why we need to not cover it up all the way. And we have flower buds on our raspberries. Look, there's a flower bud. See that? That's a flower bud.
Okay.
And this has flower buds, but it's wilty. It needs watered. So please water before you continue. That's a flower bud.
Okay.
And over there we have the flowering broccoli and pomegranate. And the nice sprinkler system that you improved so that it would actually be above the soil level once we get all our soil in.
Okay, and I'm just going to point out a quick lesson learned is that next time I build one of these, I will leave one of these walls unconnected so I can more easily wheel the dirt in. I guess I didn't adequately plan the logistics, so I've been dumping a wheelbarrow over the wall and then using this garden rake to scrape the dirt over where it needs to be. Okay, honey, now that you've had a chance to play in the garden for a little while, what do you like most and least about it?
What I like most about it is its high quality soil. Compared to our native hard packed clay, this soil we've shipped in is far easier to plant in and work with. So I like that. It's kind of early to say how the plants are going to perform. We'll have to see. And there's a lot of space here. I was able to cram over 135 plants in here. And I might have to thin them out as they get bigger, but for now, there's lots of them in there.
Anything you don't like?
Not yet. So far, so good.
Glad to know it. Thanks a lot. So this is Ian signing off, and that's kind of that.